Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy, my channel's Finding Value, and I'm starting to go over uranium every day. I know you guys like uranium. I got a lot of uranium bugs and investors on the channel. I like uranium just as much as everyone else. I like gold and silver, I like copper, I like platinum, I like the physical metals. I like all this stuff, guys. I really do. So in this one, we're going to do technical analysis. We're going to keep going over. I'm going to explain what I'm seeing, why I think it, what my experience has taught me looking at this stuff. And, again, this is only financial education. This isn't meant to be used for advice. You guys can use this information whichever way you want, obviously, but I'm just here to give education. So let's jump in. I'll give you my opinion on some uranium charts here. Again, this is just short-term to medium-term outlook on it. So here is North Shore global uranium mining. We've got the big ascending wedge pattern that I've drawn in here. Now there's you can draw it this way as well. It's hanging on barely. But if we see a break to the downside here, another move down, and I'm not a buyer yet. I have not seen the buyers step in and push this thing. I don't see the volume. I see a chart pattern break to the downside. I see these small little up days with big down days. That is a precursor to a move that wants to, I think, potentially head lower. And usually when you break out of these kind of larger patterns like this, an ascending wedge, it'll break down, pull up, and then trick people, and then it'll come back down a little bit more. So I'm being patient here. I'm waiting. Camco is still in its pattern, barely. But again, I don't see the big up candlestick days. I see two large down days, a fight up, another hammer down, and then another fight up. And we'll see what happens tomorrow if this is going to be a day that bumps it out of the chart pattern. So I'm being cautious. I'm being patient. I just want to see what happens. UEC, another thing here. Lots of big down days and no big up days here. I don't see the buyer stepping in. I'm going to be patient. Patience here. I think we could see potential pullback. Further pullback than what we've already done. Here's UU. It is hanging on to its trend line right here. Now, is this a shoulder developing? It very well could be. I'm being patient and watching to see what it does. The projected move would be probably somewhere around here, maybe even a 50% pullback if things pull back rapidly. I don't know if it'll get there. Adenosine Mines, again, we've got some pretty strong down days here. I'm being patient. Let's see if the trend line holds. Next Gen Energy, got this nice kind of bearish engulfing here, bearish piercing here, coming on down, and then we got smacked, and we'll see if this holds. I'm waiting to see if the trend line holds here. Vision kind of broke up to the downside of its pattern. I'm not jumping in yet. I'm just being patient. If you guys are investors, you can do whatever you want, sprinkle in money, cost average in. I'm just being patient here. And I don't have a ton of money to really throw in here at the moment anyway. So Fission 3.0, kind of just moving sideways. Could it be a shoulder developing? It could be. If it is, we'll have incredible buying opportunities soon if it is. Here is another Canalaska. Is it a shoulder developing? Maybe. We broke out to the bottom side of the trend line. I would be patient here. I don't see the buyers stepping in here, pushing this higher yet. I would wait. Global Atomic. Again, there's a lot of momentum here. Small update. I'm still waiting. GoVX Uranium. We're looking at here. It's above the trend line. It's not really doing much. Again, I'm just waiting. There's a lot of support here. Deep Yellow. This looks positive. It's a positive development. We've got a nice big wick on the bottom. This is called a hammer. We do have a lot of buyers in this 47.5 range down here. So there's a lot of support in this area in here. So it's not a surprise to see some buyers step in. We do have a decent volume here. So I would give it some time. It'll probably bounce back and forth over the next couple of days or week. Forces Metals, it broke its upward trend line. We do have a bullish engulfing here in 2 small down days. The volume's tapering off. We could see this move higher. We could. But looking at the entire sector, I wouldn't necessarily bet on that. And we do have a bearish engulfing here and here, which could mean there's still selling pressure in this stock. Bannerman, we kind of got some support here. We kind of busted out and coming back. It doesn't look too bad. It looks better than a lot of the other companies. Same with Forum Energy Metals. It looks a lot better than all the other ones. Nice, good support, and it's resting on support right now. PurePoint's resting on support as well. It doesn't look too bad compared to some of the other companies. We do have some buyers stepping in, but it's super low volume. Lightbridge, I kind of took a big picture approach here. We're in this gigantic kind of slightly upward channel. It's moving on up in. Centrus broke out of its big flag pattern here to the upside, so that one probably looks pretty good. I didn't realize how much money this has got, or how much in terms of share price this has gone up. This was $1 in 2019, and it's already to 26. That's a 26 bagger there or more. That's impressive. Here's Blue Sky. We continue to have higher lows, which is good. So we'll see if it holds here. See if it holds in terms of price. If it is, we're in an uptrend, and it looks pretty good. Sky Harbor broke its uptrend here. We could see, this guy pull back some. I would be patient, and this is a steep uptrend, so we could see a good, decent sell-off here. Baseload is trying to find itself. It is all over the place. It broke to the upside. It's kind of coming on back. I think we'll find some support in here, and we'll see what happens. Standard Uranium, we broke to the downside. We pulled back. Got a little up day. I would still be waiting. These are big down days in relationship to this little up day. Momentum's to the downside. International Consolidated Uranium, shoulder, head, shoulder potentially. You draw the trend line in. It broke the trend line to the downside. I would be patient here. These are it looks like we're amassing some larger down days. So, patience. ALX Uranium broke to the downside as well. These guys are all kind of breaking down to the downside. I would be patient. Azincourt still in its pattern, looking okay. Doesn't look too bad. UEX, again, we've got higher lows that are stepping up, which are good. Everything's still intact. We do have a pretty massive pullback here on some pretty good volume. Laramide, I threw this guy in here. It broke its uptrend. It's starting to pull back. I would not be doing much of anything. Let's wait and see what it does. I think we could have further downside. It could. Here's Uranium Royalty Corp. Moving on up nice and strong. We've got a couple 3 days here. I think you might see this pull back a little bit. And what we want to see are a couple of really small down days. We've got the wick at the top. I think we're going to come down. And I want to see 2 small down days. Then I would say it's a good time to purchase. It means that the buyers are in control of the movement. Now, Encore Energy is the opposite. You see these large down days and then the 2 small up days. Be careful of a continuation move downward. And what it means is that the sellers are in control. You've got nice big down candlesticks with 2 small little up days here with a resistance line, a 50-day, it's going to be resistance going back up through it. So I think we could see another couple days down or something. So that's what I see in uranium. I'm seeing a lot of patterns break to the downside. I think there's still the probability is that it's going to pull back further than what it has already on a lot of these charts. And we're just freshly broke some of their uptrends. So I think it's going to take time for this to consolidate. I don't think it's going to be an overnight thing where you've got some good downside momentum where it's just going to reverse it and go back up. I mean, it obviously could. I'm not ruling it out, but by looking, say, like that Encore Energy chart right behind me, I would bet on that going down either tomorrow or for the next 2 days or 3 days, something like that. So overall, most of them look like they're still in the big picture uptrends. doing consolidation, kind of little pullbacks in the short term. That's what I see. If you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up. Thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.